Hello, good day. How are you today? You're good, right? Okay. Are you ready for today's lesson? You are? That is good. So today's lesson on mathematics, we're going to be looking at number base. Okay? Our topic for today in mathematics is on number base. So are we ready for the lesson? We're with our books and our pencils or pen to get into today's lesson, right? Good. Number base is a way we count using digits, okay? For example, in base 10, the number 365 means 3 times 10 raised to power 2 plus 6 times 10 raised to power 1 plus 5 times 10 raised to power 0. How did we get all these raised to power? We started from here, from the right to the left, okay? So you start with 0 when you want to label your numbers. 0, 1, and 2, okay? So writing this in base 10 is 3 times 10 raised to power 2 plus 6 times 10 raised to power 1 plus 5 times 10 raised to power 0. Remember 5 has 0 and this is base 10, so that's why we have 10 here, okay? So 3 times 10 raised to power 2 means that this is 300. And how is it 300? 10 times 10 is 100, right? This is not 10 times 2, remember? It's 10 times 10 is 100. And 100, we have 100 there. So 3 times 100 is 300, right? Plus, we have 6 times 10 raised to power 1 is still 10. 10 raised to power 1 is 10. It's just 1 10, okay? So 6 times 10 is 60 plus 5 times 10 raised to power 0. Remember, in our indices, the zero exponent law states that any number raised to power 0 is 1, right? So 5 times 1 is 5. So when you add all these together, is 665, right? This can be read as 365, right? So you can see. So we're going to be looking at other example. We have different bases, okay? We're going to be looking at that. We have different bases, not just base 10. Base 10 is the common base, okay? We also have different bases. Base 2, base 3, base 5, different numbers, okay? But base 10 is the common. Numbers in base 10 are often referred to as binary numbers or decimal numbers, okay? Other numbers with different base like base 2, 8, all those bases are referred to as binary numbers, okay? So we're going to be looking at conversion from other base to base 10. What do we mean by other base? Base 2, base 3, base 5, base 7, base 8, other base to base 10, okay? So number 1, we have these digits in base 2. We have to convert it to base 10, okay? How do we do that? We have to convert this number from base 2 to base 10. So first we are going to label our numbers, okay? And we are starting from the right to the left, right? And when labeling with your numbers, you start with 0. So 1 up, you write 0, okay? Write with your book and your pen, okay? Number 1, at the upside, you write 0. 0, you write 1. And 1, here you write 2 up. And 1, here you write 3 up, okay? So we have 0, 1, 2, 3. That is how it goes. Do you understand? So now converting this, we are going to be multiplying the numbers with the base raised to power what we wrote at the up of our numbers, okay? I'm sure you wrote numbers at the up of your own numbers. Good. So we are going to be taking one number each multiplied by the base raised to power its number you wrote at the up, okay? So we have 1 times 2 raised to power 3, which is this first number, okay? You know this first number, the number we have up here is 3. So we have 1 times 2 raised to power 3. The 2 is the base. Okay, don't be confused. This is the base. So we are using the base to multiply raised to power 3, which is the number you wrote up, okay? Plus the next one times 2 raised to power 2. You know this number here, the number you wrote up here is 2, right? Good. Then the next number is 0. So it will be 0 times 2 raised to power 1. The number you wrote up here is 1. Plus the next number, 1 times 2 raised to power 0. Do you understand? So next we are going to solve, okay? So 1 times 2 raised to power 3. 2 raised to power 3 is what? It's not 2 times 3, remember, right? So it's 2 times 2 times 2, and that will be 8, right? So it's 1 times 8 we have here, plus 1 times 2 raised to power 2 is 4. So times 4 plus 0 times 2 raised to power 1 is still 2. 2 plus 1. Remember, a number raised to power 0 is 1 times 1. So we simplify more. So 1 times 8 is 8. 1 times 4 is 4. 0 times 2 is what? 0, right? Good. And 1 times 1 is 1. So when you add these numbers together, 8 plus 4 plus 0 plus 1 is going to give you what? 8 plus 4 is 12, right? Plus 0 is still 12, plus 1 is 13. So our answer is 13 base 10. So this base in base 2 is equals to this base in base 10, okay? It's still the same thing. Do you understand? This number in base 2 is still the same thing with this number in base 10, okay? Do you understand? Okay, let's look at another example to help us understand better. Here we are to convert this number from base 5 to base 10. We are to convert this number from base 5 to base 10. How do we do that? We follow the same process, okay? You number your digits, okay? And you start from the right to the left. And what number do you start with? 0, right? So you write 0 up of 2, then write 1 up of 0, and write 2 up of 1, okay? So here we have 0, here we have 1, and here we have 2. So what do we do next? We use each digit to multiply the base raised to power the number, okay? So 1 times 5 raised to power 2, remember this one has 2 up, plus 0 times 5 raised to power 1, because there is 1 up of 0, that is how we got this raised to power 1, and plus 2, which is the last here, times 5 raised to power 0, there is 0 up, okay? So we go further to solve this. 5 raised to power 2 is going to give us what? What does this mean also? 5 times 5, right? So it's 25. So here we have 1 times 25. Then here we have 5 raised to power 1 is still 5. So we have 0 times 5 plus 2 times 1. How did we have this one? Any number raised to the power of 0 is 1, right? Good. So next we still solve. So 1 times 25 is 25. 0 times 5 is what? 0, correct. And 2 times 1 is 2. So what do we do next? We add this together, okay? So 25 plus 10 plus 2 is going to give you what? 25 plus 0 is 25, plus 2 is 27. So this is the base 10 of base 5, okay? Of this number. Do you understand? This number is base 5, is this number in base 10. I'm sure you're wondering why I didn't put base 10 within here. Now, it is to be assumed that any number that doesn't have this base number written on it, like even if it's base 2, base 3, it doesn't have that base, it is assumed that this number is base 10. So if you see a number like this, without these base numbers attached to it, it is base 10. Okay, do you understand? This is base 10. 27 is in base 10, even if I didn't write the 10 with it. Okay, good. So let's look at another example. We are to convert this number from base 4 to base 10. Can you do that? I'm sure you can, right? Okay, let's do it together. So what do we do first? We label our numbers from the right to the left, right? And what number are we starting with? 0. So 1, you put 0 up. Okay, I hope you are doing that. 2, you put 1 up. 0, you put 2 up. And 2, you put 3 up. So we have here 0, 1, 2, and 3, right? So when you want to start multiplying, you start with the first digit at your left, 2 times the base raised to power the number up. Okay, so 2 times 4 raised to power 3. Remember, 2 here has the label 3, right? So we have 2 times 4 raised to power 3 plus the next digit, which is 0. 0 times 4 raised to power 2. I hope you wrote 2 up there, plus the next one, which is 2. 2 times 4 raised to power 1, we have 1 up here, plus 1 times 4 raised to power 0, because we have 0 up here. Okay, so we solve further. Okay, so 2 times 4 raised to power 3 is going to give us 128. Okay, do you understand? You multiply this 4 3 times 2 again. This is how you got this answer. I'm sure we're going to be able to do that. We have been explaining that, right? Then 0 times 4 raised to power 2 is 0. I'm sure you know why it's 0. Anything multiplied by 0 is 0. Okay, so even if you simplify this, it's still 0. Do you understand? Good. Then 2 times 4 raised to power 1 is 8, plus 1 times 4 raised to power 0 is 1. Okay, I'm sure you know how we did it. Okay, so next we add everything together. When you add everything together, 128 plus 0 plus 8 plus 1, what is it going to give you? You have 137, right? Okay, so this number in base 4 is equals to this number in base 10. Okay, 2021 in base 4 is the same thing as 137 in base 10. Do you understand? So we now know how to convert from other base to base 10, right? That is what we have been looking at. Converting from other base to base 10, right? So we can convert from base 2 to base 10. We can convert any number from base 5 to base 10. We can convert any number from base 6 to base 10, right? Good. So next we're going to be looking at conversion from base 10 to other base. Remember, we have been learning how to convert from other base to base 10. But now we're going to be looking at how to convert from base 10 to other base. Okay, are we ready? So we have to convert this base to base 2. Okay, 13 in base 10, we have to convert it to base 2. So how are we going to do that? We're going to be using this pattern. Okay, we divide. Okay, we're going to be dividing by 2. This is 13 in base 10, so we're going to be dividing 13 by 2. Okay, so now let's do that.